Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. MapleStory is turning 20 years old this year, and Nexon, for this special occasion, decided to drop a bombshell of an announcement today. Forget your daily quests for a second, because this is huge. We're talking about a brand spanking new class, the Mo Xuan class. Special events. They announced they're working on language support for Spanish, muy bueno. They're working on the Mac version, but most importantly, as you can tell by this video title, that I'll probably name something like, oh my god, it's finally happening. An official old school classic MapleStory world is coming to MapleStory Global. So it's not going to be a separate server, it's going to be a separate world like the heroic and interactive servers, but then classic MapleStory. What? Nexon America started its own development team to work on MapleStory Global, I think a year ago, and earlier today they announced that they're working on a classic world server, exclusively for MapleStory Global. They even brought back one of the team leads that worked on classic MapleStory. Welcome back, Nemi. This team is working on a faithful edition of old school MapleStory with some quality of life changes. It's a recreation of the old school experience, but the team is also looking towards the future and will listen carefully to player feedback. Well, my only feedback so far is that you need to buff pages, okay? More details will be shared in the second half of 2025, and the official announcement will be done at MapleCon 2025 in the end of October. I honestly never thought this would happen. A classic server within MapleStory Global, it's like having a time machine conveniently located next to your regular character. I'm kinda hoping that they borrowed some inspiration though from MapleStory Europe's Supreme World. Remember that hardcore server where a high-level masochist of a character would earn rewards for your main? Something like that would be a fantastic way to bridge the gap between the brutal old-school grind and the slightly less brutal modern grind. Just imagine the bragging rights like you did with the Supreme server where you could get these huge medals. Old-school MapleStory, the memories, running across massive maps with approximately 3 healing potions in your inventory, desperately trying to avoid those pesky iron hawks. It was slow, it was inconvenient, it sometimes genuinely felt like a test of patience, but man, it was our favorite inconvenient little game back then. I'm hoping that this old school world will be a perfect blend of like, oh, my fingers hurt so much from walking to, oh, I remember this place. Like, it should be a nice mixture of both. But still, I think it's pretty awesome. And language support for Spanish as well. My only Spanish that I know is like dos cervezas por favor, which I think is all you need, to be honest. I'm getting flashbacks though from those horrible language channels in MapleStory Europe, where if you wanted to change language, because Maple Europe also had different languages like French, German, Spanish, but then if you wanted to change language, you had to A, restart the game, and B, you could only access specific language channels, so channels only for Spanish language. And then there was 2 channels that were like for all languages, and there was like 2 channels for Spanish, 2 for German, etc, etc. However, in MapleStory N, the blockchain version of MapleStory, it also has multiple languages, and they solved the channel issue there already, so I don't think we should be too worried about that. And the Mac OS is finally coming to the West. It's still in beta in Korea, but hopefully for the Mac users it will be coming out this year. The other big news is that the previously exclusive to some Asian versions of the game class, Mo Xuan, is coming to MapleStory Global.
I'll be your teacher. Get him.
I played this class once before in TMS before it got revamped with the Dreamer update, so what you're seeing here is the pre-revamped class. This is a dex-based pirate, and it's a super fun combo class with a pretty awesome skill aesthetic. This class will be releasing during the anniversary update, which will go live later this month once the Demon Slayer collab ends. Additionally, we're finally getting familiar cards for all the new high-level areas. Thank you so much for that. And Nexon dropped a cryptic teaser about wishing upon a star this summer for the summer update.
분명히 말씀드릴 수 있는 건 이번 여름 업데이트 또한 메이플러 여러분들을 깜짝 놀라게 해드릴 만한 소식들이 가득하다는 점입니다. 그렇죠, 닥터님?
네, 그렇습니다. 이번 여름 업데이트 글로벌 메이플 스토리에 새롭게 다가올 큰 별을 기대해 주세요.
오, 뭔가 기대되는데요.
Now, any seasoned MapleStory theorist will know what that means. The long-awaited Sia class is probably making its grand PC debut. This MapleStory M exclusive class is part of a new race that has a star and light theme. Sia is a bit like Invoker from Dota 2 or Wei from League of Legends, where she can combine different skills to create new skill effects. But let's see if that actually happens or not, if I'm just hyping up the wrong thing here. That would also mean that the Errol class, which is part of Sia her class branch, is coming to PC Maple as well. My character slots are already trembling with anticipation. The development team is also looking into boss crystal prices and continues to work on improvements to the new auto harvesting functions. They're also looking into the Star Force system, as MapleStory Korea just released an update that increases the max amount of stars to 30. In the 20th anniversary video, we also get to meet the team in Korea that is working on the 20th anniversary event, which will be the Maple Cup event, which will bring a ton of special events and all-time favorites back to the game. The anniversary update will most likely be in the week of the 30th of April, maybe the 29th, maybe the 30th, something like that. And finally, Nexon is preparing MapleCon for 2025, which promises to be way bigger and more special. I do hope that even though the Beam Brigade program is terminated, that Nexon will still invite some of their content creators. I just want Misusing TV to keep presenting the stream again. That was so fun last year. Oh, and don't forget the freebies, as there is with every Inkwell note. There is a treasure trove of goodies waiting for you. We're talking level up potions, a whooping 30 Mystic Familiar cards, 300 Soul Erda fragments, and a whole lot more. Head over to the Maple Administrator in the event hall and claim your loot before the maintenance on the 29th. Free stuff is the best stuff, right? Now also a quick word to the MapleStory Global Development Team. I know some of you watch these videos, and while I can be pretty vocal when things go sideways, because let's be honest, sometimes they kinda do, I also want to acknowledge the hard work you guys put into to bring us new and exciting content. Many of us grew up with MapleStory and we just want what we believe is best for the game. So I'll keep pushing and offering feedback, but I also genuinely appreciate the dedication to addressing our concerns. If only those responses could have been a tad quicker in some cases, you know, before the digital pitchforks come out. And seriously, I cannot wait to dive headfirst into the classic MapleStory server. It's going to be a wild ride down memory lane, and with all the positive changes and new content on the horizon, 2025 and 2026 are shaping up to be incredible exciting years for MapleStory Global. And that's all the MapleStory goodness I had for you for today. Thank you so much for tuning in on this glorious day, and as always, special thanks to our incredible channel members for their amazing support. Special thanks to Niels de Comic, Rama Waar, Sebastian Hanoi, Cowdy Mora, Wiley, Backspace OTI, Ziggy Deer, Flidiot, Knifesu, Cloudfix, Michael Menchaka, Bratius, Betrayal 1489, Silvio Nato, Striker Elk, Riser Aryu, PC Game Life, The Passenger, Max Bernhardt, Scotty Flies Fast, Only, Lord Fazil, Spatsy, Dante Victory, Snuffupop, Quinn, Dewey Tran, Vake Botnet, Megu, The Wolf Drake, Matthew Def, Groggo, Gabriel Eck, Kanye Wu, Max Mink, and Domi Kirch Nahammer. Thank you so much for watching, stay safe and happy mapling!